4. 'Twas Brylig in the slithy toves, did gear in the gimble wave, all minesy with the better groves, and the mome raths outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub burn and shun, the firmerest bandersnatch. What are the humans doing?
Well, it only goes to the sun explodes, and I'd only hope that you know I owe you my life. Oh, do you know I owe you my life? Well, do you know while I was thinking about you at your favorite bar, they were playing old pornos on the VCR. Why should I feel so close to you when you are so far? That night I dreamed when I got home, I heard your voice on my telephone. And when I woke up, I was all alone. When the sun slowly rose on that lonely coast, and I only hope that you know I owe you my life. Well, do you know I owe you my life? Until the sun blows up in the sky, I owe you my life. Into the spots you used to go, I hear you coming through the radio. It's always at the strangest moments, it's almost like you know, cause you sing those songs the way you do. People get up here making love and they want to move. It's so truly, truly true. So now what can I do? The sun slowly rolls on that lonely coast, and I only hope that you know I owe you my life. Well, do you know I owe you my life? Do you know I owe you my life? My only one, my lullaby and unloaded gun, I'm alive. Do you know I owe you my life? Until the sun blows up in the sky, I owe you my life. It's so good now, hard to believe. Is this how it's supposed to be? Should have been for you instead of me. I don't know what people say. The sun will explode in the sky someday. That's so very far away. So right now we're okay. But it only goes to the sun explodes, and I hope you know I'll always owe you my life. Do you know I owe you my life? Do you know I owe you my life? My only one, my lullaby and the loaded gun, I'm alive. Do you know I owe you my life? Do you know I owe you my life? Do you know I owe you my life? Until the sun blows up in the sky, I owe you my life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we've got right here in front of you is an ex-flow state sitting right there. How y'all feel about that type of stuff? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sasquach Shills. We're Sasquach Shills, so you don't have to. Tonight, I've actually been debating on this particular interview for a while. I was waiting for her to kind of settle into a groove somewhere as to doing something she seems to enjoy doing. And I kind of feel like she's gotten there, but she's not quite planted her feet in that square yet. And we'll see how all that turns out in the future. But without further ado or further gilding the lily, why are you not on screen? Oh, there you are. Hey, Beth, how you doing?
Hello. Thank you for inviting me.
We're professionals. So we've actually known each other a little while. We've been doing the whole thing for a minute. We're going to go through and talk to chat in a second. But before we get to that, I was actually partly involved in naming your channel. And usually that's kind of the first question I ask is, how did you go about naming your channel? How did you go about naming your channel?
Well, I, despite the fact that actually I'm a really good writer, I suck at like naming things. And like, I was drawing like such a blank as to how to put into words what I was looking to accomplish. However, I know you, and I know you're very good at that. And I said, Squatch, throw me some fucking some possible ideas here because I've got like lots.
She goes,
like,
I need some names. How many names did I send you? I forgot.
25.
And that was in what, like 15, 20 minutes? I was like,
Yeah.
But I've been sitting around thinking about that for a while, to be honest, because I knew you were trying to do something. And you're not exactly a drama channel, but at the same time, it is certainly drama adjacent. So there's that.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that.
So
every time.
So hold on. We got to do this right. All of the things have to be touched and done and poked and prodded and all that stuff. You know how it works. This ain't your first date. Tell everybody who you are, where your channel is. I'm going to drop your channel link in the chat and yada, yada, do the whole thing. Like, boom.
Thank you. Hi, my name's Beth Mayhew. My channel is Culture Corrections. YouTube made me add numbers, so it's Culture Corrections 315 on YouTube. I need to expand to all the other platforms, but I haven't done that yet because I just, whatever. I'm still been figuring out my way, like Squatch said.
All right. Well, I mean, you've kind of got your feet firmly planted in the in the sphere of somewhere between politics and, like, I don't know, men's rights, kind of. It's a weird.
It's hodgepodge.
No, it's not a hodgepodge. There's a distinct theme there. It's just kind of hard to put your finger on exactly what it is, but it is relationship / religious / cultural and somewhat pop cultural at that. So, I mean, it's a hodgepodge, but it's a hodgepodge with a distinct leaning.
Right. And that's where, like, the culture aspect comes in. Is I'm primarily focused on what is culture doing, like where is it going, what is working for us, what isn't working for us, and how the fuck do we fix it before we end up in the shitter.
Right. All right. So at this point, I'm going to back up and go through chat, and we're going to see who gets what where. And we got El Perro gets the gold. Welcome in, brother. We got Al Wine gets the silver, and P. Fletch gets the bronze. I appreciate y'all coming in. We got Les Mitchell. Is that right? Les Michel? Oh, is that French?
No.
Okay. And that's everybody so far. Which is interesting because there's 15 people apparently here and only 4 people have chatted, which is diabolical. But okay. Boy, I love my hate watchers, let me tell you. They're my favorite.
I have a lot of those too, and they are my favorite for sure. By the way, your camera keeps freezing and lagging.
Yeah,
and
it has to do with the fact that I'm using a 6-year-old laptop, and I'm going to be updating all of that relatively soon. It might be a few weeks, but yeah, it's been absolute trash for about a month now. And I have no idea why. So I'm just going to replace it, skip the whole process of trying to troubleshoot, because I've been troubleshooting it for like 2 years for different reasons. My sound was a nightmare because apparently I had a broken mic to start with, and so all my settings were set up to fix the deficiencies in a malfunctioning piece of technology. All right, so you're sitting around one day and you decide, well, I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
That's not quite how it went.
I know. Tell me.
So I had been in the Crucible chat for a couple of years, actually. And there was like a troll that I had been fighting with in their chat for quite some time, along with the other women, like AVG. Okay. And AVG hits me up and she pointed out that my troll was going to be on Grid One's show. So I got the link and went over to Grid One's, and I was just like hooting and hollering from the chat. She didn't show up at first. She was super late. And Grid's like, you know who this person is? And I was like, yeah, she's blah, blah, blah. And he's like, why don't you come up here and we'll talk about it? And like, I didn't realize at first that I was on a live. And like, I had a moment where I freaked the fuck out. It was it was funny. Looking back at it, it's really funny. But he started up his debate show, and they were like, "We have no women debating. You've got to debate." And I was like, I tried to wiggle out of it, and I stuck to it. And then I started getting a lot of push, actually, from like Crucible Orbiters to start my own channel.
Right. Okay.
And
So
now look at where I'm at.
how, and correct me if I'm wrong, but at this point, you're not exactly their favorite person anymore.
Today, I am not.
Right. And there was a bit of a growth pattern that took place in all of that had really nothing to do with the channel and everything that happened before you made your channel. Right? Something like that.
I didn't really even no, my channel was made before I went to Nashville for DebateCon.
Yeah.
It was after Nashville that everything just went, because I met the Wilsons and I thought everything was great. By Thanksgiving, it was just absolute, boo, Beth.
Well, you see, here's the thing, and it's all well and good to laugh and joke about cults and cult mentality and stuff, and I think it's just hilarious that these people get so terribly offended by just by logic. Logic is what offends them. The truth is what seems to offend them. Accountability seems to offend them. If I screw up, let me know. I want to know. I really want to know. If I'm blatantly wrong, tell me how, but don't just tell me I'm wrong and I'm not going to consider it, because that's weak-minded and foolish. And that's basically the type of people we're dealing with, are people who are like, no, someone else is right. He's the higher authority and you're not it, so you're wrong. And that's so weird to me.
Right.
Welcome in, Alwine. Good to see you. Donna and Austin, welcome in.
Some of my favorite people all up in this chat.
Right. Usually when I do this, there's like 12 previous, because a lot of the people I interview are streamers. And so I'll schedule one of these things and suddenly 27 people are streaming at the same time. I've got 4 folks. It's like the same 4 people every time. But what's funny is I'll pick up 500 or 600 views tomorrow and the next day. So like people will be like, oh shit, he went live and I didn't notice it because I was live at the same time. But if you could do anything, let's say tomorrow morning you woke up and you had 1 million subscribers, some short that you did or some smart clip that somebody fucking dropped gets you, bam, you're on 60 minutes in 2 days, right? You'll be doing Good Morning America in a week.
Freaking out.
What do you do tomorrow when you have 1 million subscribers and you actually have a platform and a voice that is there?
I think I just kind of stick to trying to focus on what is true and what is righteous, and maybe trying to get people back to somewhere where we're not so dependent on other people and more accountable for, our own lives and for the lives of our kids that we're bringing up. And, whatever happened to leaving the world better than you found it, that doesn't seem to be something that like exists anymore.
It absolutely does. It's just they don't advertise. the people who are out here doing the superhero moves without the cape, they're not out there trying to chase clout and virtue signal. It's the vampires and succubi that are virtue signaling. The evil demons are out here trying to tell you how nice they are and how proper and logical and correct, right?
Well, there's the other problem, is that I think it does start getting seen today like it's some superhero move, but it's really not. It's the little things that make everything different. It really is. Right down to, one kind act can change an entire, you don't know who you're stopping from, going to the nearest bridge. And setting up your kids with knowledge and understanding and reasonability and accountability is what is going to influence every generation going forward, as long as they hold true to it and pass it on too. So you have to establish that.
Chuck apparently can't chat in my chat either.
Oh my. See, it's not just me.
No, it's not. And I'm telling him right now that what you should probably do is set up a new account to be your primary account. That one might be dead. Because I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. If a new account will work, I know it sucks, but he doesn't really make content in the classic sense, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Oof.
You know, I mean, he's got stuff on his channel. He can keep his channel over there and still function on it. Although I'm not sure what good it would do because he seems to be shadow banned from the ether. Because I ain't got nothing on StreamYard. I ain't got nothing in my YouTube chat. He's not here he's not even counted as far as I can tell. So that's just weird, and we're not going to eat up this show with it. So suddenly you're monetized. You're bringing in Mr. Beast type numbers, $18,000 a month, and
oh my god,
you're writing 6-digit tax checks. And now what? Now what do you do?
I'm making sure my kids are set, and I would be traveling and continuing to stream as I travel. And I'm a big history nerd, like big time. I love it. So quite frankly, like in a perfect world, I want to go to some of these amazing places and stream and tell the stories. Like, this is what happened right here, and here's the evidence of it, and that's why it's so goddamn cool. As well as, and not just historical stuff, but like even just cultural things that I think we don't get enough exposure to.
All right, welcome into Emperor. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through, brother. And we got Plasma Void 67. Awesome. Love to see it. All right, so this is the point in time where we ask everybody to share the stream to your mama's friends, to your wife's friends, to your sister's friends. I want you to go to that group text you never get involved with and share it into that. Like, send it to everybody in that group text that you hate. I want you to send it to your favorite Facebook prayer group, right? And if you have an ex-wife, send it to them too.
Tell her you'll send the alimony after she watches.
No, don't lie to women. It's just pointless. Lying to women, the only reason I've ever found to lie to women is to save their feelings from a psychotic break. I have driven women absolutely to the freaking edge. And the thing is until they're standing there crying and laughing at the same time, I don't realize that their cheese has already slid off of their cracker.
Oh my god. I think I had one of those moments once, and I think my family's reaction was kind of interesting because they like couldn't, they short-circuited, I think, worse than I did. Can't hear you.
I have got your earliest publicly available video that you've uploaded, and I really like this lineup here. This is excellent.
This is from the first night I went live.
We got Joe Cool, Vibe, that's awesome. That's a rare catch there. Grumple Stiltskin, which is like finding a Sasquatch out here sometimes. Ryan the Radical Coder, who I've completely lost track of. I have no idea if he's even functioning anymore.
Yeah.
And Joseph, who is
Avil.
He's difficult sometimes. I'll leave it at that.
Yes.
So do you know what this is about? Have you ever
yeah, I remember
over this one?
This was a short that actually I believe Cleaner picked this out because I didn't even know how to like make clips and shorts, and it was just this one quick second where they were arguing about I think it had to do with like abortion and murder, and it just shows the hypocrisy, the insanity of like Ryan says some stuff. That's the best.
We'll see whether or not this is actually going to play right since everything's freaking out. But so I consider myself a bit of a paleontologist on YouTube.
You know about cars? Yes, I'm a paleontologist.
Oh, it's okay. There's dynamite in this bag, too. I am a paleontologist.
I'm a paleontologist.
Paleontologists study really old stuff.
Like crackers.
Because bad movies are funny.
The woman is like on her way to an abortion clinic to have the thing aborted, and she gets stabbed in the gut, and her baby dies, and they convict the guy of murder. Should he still be convicted of murder, even though she was on her way to an abortion clinic?
Yeah, this is a great question.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah.
You know, the craziest thing to me about abortion is I would think that
that's crazy. That's actually crazy because she was literally going to abort the child, and you're still going to allow the guy to be convicted of murder for the thing she was about to go into a clinic and do.
Yep.
That I'm done. That's crazy. I don't need to say anything more. Somebody click it and don't. That's cool.
It's okay if she murders him, but it's not okay if somebody else murders.
Apparently.
This is the standard lefty position. I mean,
she's the one making the choice. Wait, listen.
It's just that quick.
Cleaner gets savage sometime, man. He just be mean about stuff sometimes.
Well, it's like, how are you going to have those two positions at the same time? Like, it's okay for me to do it, but don't you dare take away my ability. Punish him for taking away my ability to do the thing that I was going to do myself. What?
I thought you were aware that you were living in 2026 and that people could say things that they don't mean and do things that they never talk about. Right?
Hypocrisy is
right
at an all-time high.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if I had stocks in hypocrisy, I'd be getting out like gangbusters, man.
For real. No.
Okay, so if you've been doing something a little different recently, you and Witchy Bitchy have kind of combined forces, sort of like two parts of the Triforce or something, and that's an interesting approach. I've got actually nothing negative to say about it, to be honest. It might be a good fit. It might not be. Try it. Maybe there's chemistry. Maybe there's not. We'll see. I've been doing co-hosting shows like that for 5 years now, 6 years now, and some just don't work. Sometimes it just doesn't work. It's not so much a chemistry thing; it's a timing thing, or any number of other, clashes and scheduling and all that stuff. But when it does work, sometimes it can be absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, she's like, we're not necessarily going to do every show together, but like she's come in because like I tend to be too nice to people and I afford too much grace, and sometimes I get walked down on my own panels, and so she's kind of giving me that push to use my buttons a little more when I have 5 people screaming and I can't get a damn word in on my own panel, which is good for me. And then I told her, by all means, like, she wants to do a nooner on Thursdays. I said, have at it. But we're still trying to work that one along because like we've only done it twice now, and I've had to run back both times because the drama has been so thick lately that people are like jumping us.
I don't hate the drama. First of all, I'm not a fan of instigating drama, but I am perfectly willing to bask in the chaos and soak up my fill of it because I enjoy chaos. There's a certain part of my soul that likes to watch people completely melt down. It's like watching a train wreck. I just can't look away.
Yeah, I get that.
And when you have somebody that gets really upsetty spaghetti at somebody and they can't control themselves, and the other person is going, I hear what you're saying. It's okay. I'm not going to placate them. Screw them. It's not my job to participate in your fucking delusions. I am uninterested.
I like the drama to a point. but then sometimes it's like it gets overwhelming and it gets frustrating, and it's like, can we just talk about something else, please? And we can come back to it tomorrow. I just need a little mental break.
Yeah, but you never get that break because there's always someone who hasn't heard and they want the full breakdown from the beginning, and it can completely recrank the engine and start the whole process back over again. I don't know. There is a lot of money to be made in drama if you can stomach it. If you can stomach it, that's the thing. It is not for everybody. Especially if you got dark secrets in your past that you don't want people to know about, you probably shouldn't be mucking around over here with all the autists. It's not a safe place for you because there are people who will find out. Your anonymity is void the second you become a public figure. Now, does that mean that you have to always be that person? No. You can have sock accounts, you can make anonymous accounts, that stuff, but you can't function as an entity through those accounts so much. It's much more difficult than it used to be, right?
Right.
So now that you're a public figure, are you changing anything in your lifestyle to go with it?
Actually, no. It's gonna sound lame, probably, but my life has been pretty isolated and compacted for a very, very long time. And so all of this I have really nothing to hide, and I don't really do anything that's worth hiding. I mean, I am kind of boring, I guess, especially in my old age.
Right. And that is the safest thing you could be on YouTube. That's a weird statement, but it's true.
For real.
Because if they dig into your past and find out that you've got 2 speeding tickets in the same small town, and that's it, you arrested for DUI and arrested for a public drunk or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of that. No accidents, no murders,
Nope.
Yeah. There's a conversation I have with everybody either before, during, or after the show, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I think you probably heard me do it before. I'm not sure. There are people who are content, and there are people who make content. There are people who join panels because it's their only outlet into the world. And then there are people who join panels to completely disrupt any sort of order. There are also, what's up, Scully? Welcome in, bud. There are also people who join panels to make it all about themselves.
Hi, Dusty.
We got a Dusty?
We got a Dusty in the house.
Welcome in, my brother. It's good to see you. And I refer to these people as panel killers, panel chillers, and content. So your average, and I'm going to name a couple of names here, and there's no hate. I have no animosity for these people. Don't go messing with them. They've done nothing essentially wrong in their opinion. So whether or not they're wrong is a matter of opinion. But Rocky, he doesn't intentionally break panels. Part of it has to do with the fact that he's dealing with caveman internet. And the other part has to do with the fact that I think he's a little hard of hearing and sometimes misunderstands what the conversation about. And that's when he seems like he's way off the reservation over there by himself, talking to himself. And I don't know, but he can completely derail a panel faster than anyone I've ever seen.
I have a totally different take on him. I think he's just an epic troll, because I've had off panel. I've had
two things can be true.
They can.
Two things can be true, honey. Just because he's lagged out and misunderstood some stuff, don't mean he's not also trolling. You've seen his hats.
Yes, of course. I've had some very interesting conversations with him off panel.
Sure.
Though.
He's not a moron.
And, I know.
He's a little set in his ways, like the old man of the mountain. But then you've got people And yet again, no hate for the individual like 10th Man, who the way he relates to the world is through his experiences and his perceptions. And so anytime you're trying to have a conversation about something, he relates it through how it relates to him and how he experienced something like that. This is a normal way of dealing with people. And it, yet again, I don't think he's intentionally bombing a channel like that, a panel, but it can have a deleterious effect on the conversation and topic, because the topics,
and I love 10th Man, but yeah,
I love 10th Man to death. I think he's really, really funny. A lot of people don't get his jokes because they're straight out of like 2014, but it's hilarious. Some of that stuff is hilarious, but you've got to tolerate some of the crap to get to the golden nuggets, right? You got to dig right through that poop. And then you have content, right? And content is not a creator and doesn't think creator thoughts. Content is dangerous. Anybody that shows up that you put into the content box, you need to put it in there with an extra eyeball on it to make sure it doesn't go feral, right? What up, Raging Patriot? Welcome in, bud. Because these people will get your channel nuked. These are, and actually, I'm sorry to say it, until 10th Man reestablishes some sort of channel on YouTube, he's content. Because content, in my opinion, is typically people who have either already nuked a channel or refused to make a channel for fear of it being nuked. These are people like Imperious, specifically, you know. Anywhere he shows up, and keep in mind, I have had perfectly rational, normal conversations with Imperious where he wasn't completely spurging, but the more people are on panel, the more spurgalicious he becomes, right? Or Brick. Yeah. Brick's another good thing. Brick has improved more than anyone I've seen when dealing with panel spaces. He used to be content. He's horseshoed back around to being content again, but it's just a byproduct of him approaching it differently. And I've got infinite respect for a man that can regroup, reload, take another tack on it. That's brilliant, right?
I think he's very passionate, and he lets his passion lead him. And sometimes it can be before he looks at it all the way through, but he is at least reasonable enough to be like, okay, I fucked up. I apologize. Like
yes. Is this a sock account for you? This is a sock account. Todd has also done a really good redemption thing, but you don't really, or Todd, generally specific, doesn't really fall into the, he's a panelist. He knows what terms of service are. He doesn't violate them egregiously, right? He can stay within your channel's boundaries as soon as he figures out what they are and how far across them he can go. He doesn't really break a panel unless he decides to do it. And usually he leaves right after he does, which doesn't break the show. The content people are people who never had any intent of abiding by anybody's rules anywhere ever.
Yeah. I've seen them for sure. And it can take me a minute to kind of, especially if I don't know somebody, like I tend to formulate my own, like, this is the vibe I get from them. And then I will listen to, like, especially like you and Dusty and everybody else and see where your positions lie. But then ultimately those are like reference points. Okay. And it's like, okay, I try to give everybody that shot with me to have a place, have a voice, say what they want to say. Yeah, fuck me over here. Though.
We got Ruck in chat. Welcome in, brother. We got Fafo. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. We got Raging Patriot and Joe Cool. Joe motherfucking cool, baby.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
And yeah, I'm just saying it's been very interesting watching you navigate this stuff, having witnessed it from sort of outside and then let yourself into this space, right? Mm-hmm. Created your own key and walked right in the door and sat down with all the folks doing the thing. You've been a panelist for what, 2 or 3 years now?
At least 2.5. Yeah.
Welcome
And
in, Cage and Brandy. Good to see you. Danny Williams, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in.
It's weird too because I never had any intention of ending up in this position ever. Like,
right?
When I was married, like my ex-husband, I can remember him bringing up, "Can you believe there's people that like they just turn on their computers and they go on YouTube and they make all this money?" And I was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of."
Has anybody ever told you needed a YouTube channel?
Yes, yeah. Like I said, especially early on when in my early days with Grid, before I really started coming around Dusty's a lot, like I was getting the push. And originally I was co-host on the channel Chairman of the Board with Anson Knowles.
Right. I remember that. That was quite a bit of YouTube time ago. It was ancient history.
And back then I said I would never have my own channel. I said, why would I want to put myself through everything I see you going through? Why would I want to do that? No. Ugh.
I appreciate it, Ruck. That's because you're a good man. Donnie, yeah, we're going to open the panel in, what is it, about almost 20 minutes.
Oh, then you better get out them hard questions, Sass.
Oh, there are no hard questions here. It's all about you, your channel, how you went about making your channel, why, what the reason is, where you'd like to go with it. Are there any limitations to what you're willing to cover? You know, what's up, Wildlife? Good to see you.
So that's where it gets weird, is I don't know that there really are, because I think especially when we're talking about culture and human beings, like where does any of that actually stop? Where do you draw the line and say, you know, this is outside of that conversation? Humans are boundless. You know, and I think of like the Tower of Babel, and God's like, now nothing that they imagine will be beyond their reach, you know, or, you know, along those lines. And it's very true when you look at people. We're constantly pushing the limits every day of what we're supposed to be able to think, say, and do. And
but
I think
no. I think you might be a little off base there. You say we're pushing the limit. Yeah. There was never a limit. You perceived a limit that did not exist. Let me put it this way. Freedom's a funny thing. You don't need to write laws to protect popular speech. The only speech that needs protecting is the speech you don't like. There is no position in the modern world where free speech is actually respected. YouTube has not a free speech platform. So, you know, I mean, Chuck is a perfect example on this. I mean, he's sweetest old man you ever meet. He gets a little fired up, says some stuff sometimes. Maybe you mentioned napalm one too many times, but he can't chat. And I hate it. I wish I could fix it. You know, you wish you could fix it. We don't know what to do about it. So I suggested he started a new base channel. It's brand new profile, brand new email, brand new everything. Be a new Google person and actually do it this time. Stick to the program. Don't slip.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Arctic. Good to see you, brother. I appreciate you coming through.
And you're right too, because even if we're just talking about one person not liking it, then that's where the right becomes a need.
Right.
Because force is a funny thing too.
What you're discussing are right in the sweet spot of things that you don't bring to the dinner table or to the family reunion, right? We don't talk religion, we don't talk politics, and generally speaking, we don't talk culture when it comes down to a personal one-on-one that you with a person you like and you want to respect. Not sure YouTube has a whole lot of respect laying around.
No, it's definitely like the wild, wild west in ways, because you can go from one channel to another and encounter vastly different people with vastly different ideas and completely different boundaries. And it all depends on what territory are you in, as far as how far will it go? How far can it go?
Let's see. How do you say this one? Down to others 63?
Do unto others.
Do unto others. That is it. Right. I saw it just before you said it. It clicked in my brain. Okay.
But so yeah, I'm not sure that there's anything that's like off topics. I mean, I hosted a debate about eugenics, for crying out loud.
Right.
And Narcan.
That's kind of verboten territory for a lot of social media. They don't like discussing that type of stuff, especially not above board. Right. They want to kind of dog whistle about it in the fringes. What up?
Sure,
good to see you, bro.
do.
Appreciate you coming in.
Sure, they do. But, I just had this argument like with Cypher the other day after it went crazy. If you're not willing to hear what your perceived enemies' positions are, you're never going to know how to fight them. And like, let's say in the minute, like you and I, we already know that we're ideological enemies, right? And we're suddenly face to face and, oh, you say something. And I go blank and I'm fumbling to figure out what to say back to that. Now I look like the idiot. Arguing is like a muscle. You need to build it. You need to strengthen it. You need to practice it and build it up to what it. Otherwise, you're just a bumbling idiot.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna do that thing because that's hilarious.
So why did you?
Hold on. Shut up, Dusty. God.
What is he here?
No, I'm trying to bring up one of your videos. All right. This is your most recent video upload that's publicly available, and it's great that they're all nice and short. This works.
So why did you? Why were you threatening to punch women the other day?
Never happened.
There's footage of it all over the place.
You just made that up in your head. You're the type of bitch I'd love to slap in your fucking mouth.
Oh my.
Do you want me to get the clip?
Yep. Yep.
You're kidding.
Nope. That's why I said I would love to slap this bitch in her mouth. See, you guys make claims and try to make it sound worse than it actually is. Pussy. That's why if I knew where
That's not at all what happened,
I'd
and
probably
you
have
know
put
it.
you straight in your nose.
You guys were.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Play it. It's hilarious, bro.
It's not that long.
It's fucking hilarious.
So
you're lucky I don't see you in fucking person. I promise you.
Oh, please. I'm not afraid of you. Even
Yeah. It'd be the first time I smack bitches in their mouths too. I promise
I'm not
you.
afraid of that shit.
Sometimes they.
Oh, he's the wrong man.
Nah,
I got the clip. I got the clip backstage.
Did you see that look? Hold up. Did you see that look? He says, "I got the clip backstage."
I got the clip. I got the clip backstage.
Yeah.
Panic. Absolute panic.
Yeah.
I got the clip.
The smile went
clip backstage.
Gone. And
God damn it! It's right in the fade. You should have kept long enough for that to drop. Oh, anger now. Anger.
well, the full thing is on my channel. I can go back and fix it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. In fact, we're gonna go and do the about section to see what you're all about. You reckon we can figure that out, folks?
I need to update that, but by
You
all
do
means,
need to
let's
update
do
that.
it. It's been a
We're
minute.
fixing to do this. Okay, so for one thing, right here. Skadoosh. Wrong
I've
button,
been
wrong
working
button.
more
There
on
we
like
go.
trying to
All right.
do clips and
So when you need to go to your YouTube studio, to your customization, you need to list live streaming was one of your top options because you do more of that than just about anything else. And so when people come to your channel and you're live, they need to see that you're live immediately to be able to go see the live stream.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Then you change the arrangement to bring that live stream to the top because it's already got certain things in place and you can change where they're at, right?
Okay.
And so for you, I think it should be live stream, then shorts, then videos, because you're getting into shorts a little bit more than you had been. And I think that would help. That makes you your content more available
Visible.
for the people looking for it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Also, if you can figure this out, this is one of those weird things about YouTube. Your shorts feed is a totally different algorithm from your live stream. And so you can do weird shit on your shorts that have nothing to do with your live stream, and it won't really muck up your channel much. So if you want to do chicken content, homesteading content, yard content, reviews, stuff like that, do that in the shorts. Keep your videos and live streams more or less joined in a topic, but shorts are like commercials. You can kind of do one of them any old time, and nobody really expects it to follow any kind of theme unless you're like a big channel. But in the process of growing, you never know what it'll be. My advice, cats. Go find some kittens, film the kittens, upload one kitten video a freaking day.
That's a good idea. My skunk video did great. The baby skunks outside of my house. And I think for the most part, like at some point I want to do one playlist, just like with stuff, you know, between gardening and like working in the kitchen, like quick shorts on how you can can your own vegetables without even having a canner. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. You know, stupid little things, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Exactamundo. So, like, I'm doing some mushrooms here in this upcoming couple of years, and I've got two things I'm going to do with that. I'm going to film some shorts about how to go about doing the plugs and all, where to get them, where to source them, all that kinds of stuff. And then I'm going to do a time-lapse video that's probably going to take me about a year at least, because from now until when they start fruiting, because the how-to bit has nothing to do with why I'm doing this. I actually have a massive tree trunk in my yard that is unrotted, undamaged, not a blemish on it anywhere. And so I'm going to start with like 2 tons of freaking wood and plug the living shit out of it, and then do a time lapse of that thing growing, of it decomposing.
If you cover it with plastic, like just some simple plastic sheeting, and like, especially if you can, like, you know, do like a half a glue thing.
Honey,
it'll be 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
No. I'm in the South. It is wet as it could. It rained 3 times today. Right. I had to stop working on it because it rained on me while I was trying to fucking drill the holes and shit.
It's more for keeping heat in and insects and other animals away. And you'll have mushrooms in 3 weeks.
I'll probably have snow oysters if as long as the temperature doesn't get below a certain point, should be fine. Yeah, they're aggressive as hell.
That's the one I forgot about earlier. Remember when I was like, I'm trying to remember what other kind of oyster mushroom.
So I got some snow oysters because they're slightly less aggressive than like your common oyster mushroom. And maybe what's up, just Becca? Welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through.
She had roadrunners just show up at her house. I was like,
is she the one that has the hawk hanging around with the freaking ducks or geese?
The geese.
You know how that happens? I know how that happens. I've seen something like that happen before. It wasn't a hawk. It was like a falcon or a kestrel. It was a kestrel. This is what it was. And we had this one big ass goose called Sarge, and then a couple of other smaller geese that were slightly above duck size. They were kind of young. And we had this kestrel come in and try to grab one of the ducks, and the goose happened to be like right next to the duck. And just as the kestrel's like putting his talons into the duck, the goose spread his wings and caught him. He just took it right on the freaking breast. They rolled over, and the goose pinned him down with his wings spread out and batting him around, and the kestrel couldn't get up. He bounced around like he was being dribbled like a basketball, and then eventually fell into the water trough where the wings couldn't hit him, and he just kind of ducked down until the goose calmed down. As soon as the goose calmed down, he flew away. A week later, that kestrel was sitting on the edge of the water trough drinking, and the goose was just hanging out. And I'm like, okay, I guess y'all came to terms with each other, huh? Geese are terrifying.
That's what happened with her. It's all over the water dish, it looks like.
Description says, hey y'all, this is Beth. Welcome to my new channel. Inspiring change begins with a conversation. Here, we will be using panels to tackle social and cultural issues. Both funny and serious. Topics, suggestions, and debates are always welcome, but drama is not. Please check your grudges at the door. You might want to do a rewrite on that last bit. You can buy her coffee, you can Cash App her, or you could go to her Discord and talk trash.
I also now have Ko-Fi and PayPal, and I want to get rid of Buy Me a Coffee because they've been a pain in the ass, quite frankly. But yes, I need to rewrite it for sure, because now I've definitely handled a lot of drama. And it was funny because I almost I had that aha moment where I was like, how stupid are you? Because how can you talk about anything about culture without including drama?
No, it never did mess with the ducks again. We did have a little bit of an issue with it in our little chickens later. But the ducks, to my knowledge, I never saw him mess with the duck. But he was always nearby out there with the ducks. So
I need a new rooster. I want baby chicks, but I've had 2 roosters now get taken out by mink, and it pisses me off.
Mink are nefarious, bro.
They're so cute, but they're straight out of the pit of hell.
Yeah, they got those little hands that are so damn dexterous they can manipulate virtually any type of latch that you can come up with.
And they have vampire teeth, and they do a crocodile roll. Once they grab with their prey, they go for the head, and they just keep rolling as they bite until it stops moving, and hold on and suck them dry. And oh my God. And I know for a fact it's a mink. It was running around my feet. I had a face-to-face with this bastard. What's up?
Everything's going horribly wrong.
Half
my computer just froze up.
Remember my mouse the other night?
Remember, the technical issues are part of the show. All right, we got about 6 minutes left in this whole shindig. 5 minutes now. And I'm going to drop my stream link over here. The StreamYard link is pinned on my horizontal stream. I'm going to drop the link to that stream at the 57-minute mark. We're going to end this section of the show, transfer into more of a traditional panel type show. Previous guests for Sasquach Shills have preferential treatment over just randos. But if you want to be a guest to Sasquach Shills, you can also hit the link. But if a previous guest pops up, you might get bumped for them. Now, typical panel rules kind of apply. Beth is immune to being bought down, having her name changed, being muted, being done anything in the chat, any of that. She is the guest tonight. Anybody else can be manipulated with financial courage.
I'm dropping your link in my chat and telling everybody, please.
Actually, I'm modded over there, and I've already got this current stream lined up. So everybody go hit the horizontal. That's where the StreamYard link is. And then you can come up, question Beth, question me, question anybody else that happens to pop up, or get kicked out because cooler people are on the wings. I don't know. Y'all take your chances with it.
I dropped it anyways. I told everybody just to come over here when the cutoff happens.
Excellent. And hopefully, the second half of the show is completely different. The only thing that carries over is your ability to interact with a given creator, right? Yeah, no, Ardent Party can definitely help you with your mink problem. Can confirm. All right, Scully. I appreciate it. Much love. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes here. Well, actually, 3 minutes. And you tell us anything you need us to know, where to find you, all your Discord, all your Instagram, anything like that. Who do you watch on YouTube? When you wake up in the morning and you first check, whose channel do you go to first? Is it yours or someone else's?
I always go to everybody else's channels, like the Powder Dusty, Orthodox Guy, Caucasian Sasquatch, and several others. And I kind of get a gist of, okay, what did I miss while I was, recharging my batteries? And then usually I'll do a little bit of doom scrolling to see if I can find anything that might be funny or worth, adding to playlist for covering later. Dog, stop it. My daughter dropped off cookies and my dog is like, yo, again, you guys can find me at Culture Corrections 315 on YouTube. My streaming has been a little weird, but I've had a lot of stuff that's been going on lately, but we're getting far more dedicated to it, and I'm getting more consistent with it, making more shorts. You can also, like, I'm at the Powder Dusty all the time, Orthodox Guys all the time, Trippy Cast. I've got it, Adonis Paul even. I'm all over the place, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love knowing all of these phenomenal people and watching the work that they do. I'm the kind of person, I laugh at things because they're funny. I don't care if that upsets somebody's feelings. What I find funny, somebody else might not, but I find it funny and I like to laugh. So I'll watch what I want to watch, and you can't guilt me out of it or covert contract me out of it. I really don't care.
Excellent.
And also on my channel, I have a playlist where I post videos to, encouraged watches. Like, this is something I found that I probably won't cover, but, if I was going to say, hey, you should watch this, it's probably going to be found in there. And I've just got to get better about saving things to that playlist.
Magnificent.
Panels are always open. Come on
I'm
by
proud
and
of
say
you.
hi.
Do you know what you've done?
Hmm.
You've done a show. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. You've done a show, whole show.
Thank you
did
for
the
the
whole
invite.
thing. You even threw out all the links and all the stuff, and you did your homework and stuff. And you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm going to drop you backstage for a minute. I'm going to have a little bit of a bantery spiel to dip out. Well, I mean, CP, if you've got time and $20, I'm sure we could work something out.
$20 is $20.
$20 is definitely $20. So thank you, Miss Beth. I appreciate you coming in. And remember, Culture Corrections, go check it out. I mean, I do. See you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Sasquach Shills with Culture Corrections. I appreciate everybody's oh yeah, there you go. I saw you. Yeah, I see you. You're ruining my outro, dude. Thanks, Chuck. That's Chuck, y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home, and y'all can stay here. But if you're in Beth, you need to jump over to mine if you want to keep doing this. And if not, you can go do whatever it is that you want to do. And then, I don't know, come back and watch it later or whatever, however you want to work that out. But I love each and every one of you like a brother and a sister. But if you give me any trouble tonight, I'll run every single damn one of y'all off this mountain. What are the humans doing?
Do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demand more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning your lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. Yeah. Signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. So if you think you're ready, you don't need more proof. Conspiracy deniers are denying the truth. They fabricate our problems and pretend to provide. The best solution, but we all know they lied. They lied about the weapons and they lied about health. They lied about the fact that they're transferring the wealth. You should really notice how they're pushing the fear. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. Yeah. Everybody's not thinking clear. Keep everybody terrified. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. When you do, you realize that this is a trick. It's getting really stupid now, they're taking the mick. Said, do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spelling you lies. But no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pic on their profile. Yeah. Signaling their virtues on their profile.
Make me suck the sushi off this stick